Have you ever wondered what it truly means to live your most private pain under the world's brightest spotlight? To smile for cameras while quietly breaking inside. For Khloé Kardashian, that's not a hypothetical, it's her reality. Behind the glam, behind the billion-dollar empire, and behind every episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians lies a woman fighting an invisible battle. A battle with her own body, her own emotions, and at times, her own family. This is the story of Khloé's fertility journey, extreme fights, and the unfiltered Kardashian family drama that left even the most loyal fans in shock. It begins in Calabasas, sunk, perfectly polished and deceptively calm. Inside Khloé Kardashian's sprawling home, the cameras roll. She's sitting across from her doctor, her voice trembling but steady. "I've been trying for years," she says, her eyes flickering toward the lens, "and I just don't know what else to do." The crew remains silent, even after decades of filming the Kardashians. Moments like this cut through the glitz. Khloé's fertility journey was not just another tabloid headline, it was a marathon of hope, heartbreak, and resilience. While her sisters juggled relationships and pregnancies that played out like social media fairy tales, Khloé was quietly facing her own physical struggles. "Everyone thinks it's easy for us," she once said on Kutsuit, her tone a mixture of frustration and exhaustion. "But not everything you see is real life. Sometimes, real life hurts, and hurt it did. Multiple rounds of IVF, countless doctor appointments, endless rumors." The cameras captured her tears, her prayers, and the relentless cycle of optimism and disappointment. When she spoke about freezing her eggs, fans rallied behind her, but few understood the full extent of her pain. Her fertility journey became a defining arc in the Kardashian narrative, a storyline not written for ratings, but born from reality. But in the Kardashian household, vulnerability often clashes with volatility. The more emotional Khloé became, the more the family's cracks began to show. There were whispered arguments behind closed doors, tension boiling over in scenes that would later go viral. "Khloé, you can't keep holding it all in," Kim says during one particularly heated conversation. "The air feels thick, heavy." Khloé snaps back, "You don't understand, Kim. Not everything is about control or perfection." The words hang in the air like shrapnel. It's one of the many extreme fights that tore through their once unshakable sisterhood. Over the years, Keeping Up with the Kardashians has given fans front-row seats to some of the most explosive family moments in reality TV history, but the clashes during Khloé's fertility struggles hit differently. Every fight carried more weight, every insult more sting. It wasn't just about fame or jealousy, it was about pain, empathy, and the growing distance between sisters living vastly different realities. Behind the cameras, producers whispered about the tension. Crew members exchanged glances during filming, knowing that the family's drama was escalating into something more personal, more raw. "They're not just fighting about TV," one producer recalled. "They're fighting about life, about who's showing up, who's not, and who's pretending everything's fine." Khloé's emotional battles weren't only limited to her fertility journey or sisterly conflicts. There was also the ever-looming shadow of Tristan Thompson, her on-again, off-again partner, and the father of her children. His name became synonymous with betrayal. Each tabloid headline, each scandal, and each apology tested Khloé's patience and the family's unity. In one unforgettable scene, Khloé sits in her confessional, her makeup flawless, but her eyes swollen. "I wanted the fairy tale," she says quietly. "I wanted what everyone else seems to have. But maybe that's just not my story." The camera zooms in, holding the moment in silence. No background music, no cuts. Just Khloé raw, honest, and utterly human. The family drama didn't end there. When Tristan's scandals resurfaced again, Khloé's pain reignited old wounds. Kim's fierce loyalty turned into protectiveness. Kourtney's bluntness added fuel to the fire. And Kris Jenner, the ever-strategic matriarch, tried to keep her family from imploding under the weight of their own chaos. "Khloé, you're stronger than this," Kris said in one heart-wrenching kitchen scene, her tone more maternal than managerial. Khloé looked down, tears forming. "I don't feel strong anymore, Mom. I feel tired." Through it all, fans witnessed not just a celebrity's struggle, but a woman's fight for hope. Her fertility journey became a symbol of perseverance for countless viewers around the world. Behind every meme, every GIF, and every headline, There was a story of survival woman refusing to let heartbreak define her. But the Kardashian family drama doesn't stop to catch its breath. The cameras move from Khloé's tears to another explosive family meeting. This time it's about loyalty, betrayal, and boundaries. "You don't get to lecture me about relationships," Khloé fires at Kourtney. "You've done your fair share of damage too." Kourtney, ever composed but cutting, replies, "At least I'm honest about who I am." "Khloé, you hide behind forgiveness." The silence that follows feels like thunder. Every pair of eyes shifts from one sister to the other. Even the crew knows. They've captured another iconic Kutso moment, but as much as the extreme fights define the show's drama, it's the moments of reconciliation that give the Kardashians their staying power. After every argument, after every tearful confession, there's a quiet scene, usually late at night, where one sister reaches out to another. Sometimes it's a hug. Sometimes it's just a text. But it's real. In one emotional moment, Khloé visits Kim at her home. The mood is calm, reflective. "I know I've been distant," Khloé admits softly. "I just needed to find myself again." Kim nods, her expression tender. "You don't have to explain. You've been through hell, and we all see it. We just want you to know you're not alone." It's this balance between chaos and compassion that defines the Kardashian legacy. Their fights might trend, but their forgiveness keeps fans invested as the years went on. Khloé's fertility journey took new turns. After the birth of her daughter True, the topic resurfaced with the idea of expanding her family through surrogacy. Cameras captured the discussions with doctors, the emotional deliberations, and the fears that came with trusting someone else to carry her child. "I've been through enough heartbreak," Khloé confessed to Kris in one of the show's later episodes. "I just want to do this right. I want to protect my peace, protect my heart." Kris squeezed her hand, the rare softness of a mother who's seen her daughter endure too much, and while the headlines focused on her relationships and the so-called Kardashian curse, Khloé Srel's story was about endurance. She faced public humiliation, personal loss, and a fertility battle that could have broken her spirit, but she chose to rise. Again and again. Behind every episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians lies an unspoken truth. The show isn't just about fame or fashion, it's about family. A family that fights hard, loves harder, and somehow finds a way to keep going. No matter how deep the drama cuts, Khloé Kardashian's journey through fertility struggles, extreme fights, and family chaos is more than just another chapter in pop culture history. It's a mirror reflecting the pain and resilience hidden beneath celebrity perfection. In the final moments of the documentary, the camera pans over Khloé's home. She's sitting on her couch, her daughter's laughter echoing faintly in the background. "I've learned that life doesn't always go the way you plan," she says, looking directly into the lens. "But maybe it goes the way it's supposed to. Maybe every heartbreak, every fight, every disappointment. It all brings you to where you're meant to be." The scene fades to black. The world knows her story, but only she knows the full depth of the journey. Because behind the fame, behind the filters, behind the unrelenting glare of the spotlight, Khloé Kardashian remains what she's always been. A woman searching for love, peace, and a family of her own amidst the chaos of the most famous family in the world.